Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I want to share with you a fascinating attacking game played at ongoing 2019 Riga Grand Prix, where the white piece is playing Russian chess grandmaster Alexander Grischuk and his opponent is his compatriot Nikita Vitiugov. The game was played in round 3 in tiebreaks section. The previous two games ended in a draw, and already this was a tiebreak game played in rapid time control. The time control of this game was 25 minutes plus 10 seconds increment, and now without further ado, let's get started with this interesting game and see what happened on the board. Grischuk developed his kingside knight and Vitiugov also did the same. Knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, d5 and d4. With a transposition of moves we reached Queen's Gambit declined 3 knights variation. Here we have Barmen variation, knight bd7, bishop f4 d takes c4, e3 knight b6 and bishop takes c4. A nice trick. Now by announcing a check from a4, white will win back the sacrificed piece. Knight d5. I have to tell you that Nikita Vitiugov had this position previously in 2016 in a game against Alexei Koganov that was played at Russian Superfinals, where the latter castled kingside and allowed knight takes f4, but in this game, after knight d5, Grischuk decided to keep alive his dark squared bishop and moved it back. Bishop g3, queen b6, black attacked the pawn on b2, and we have queen e2, bishop b4, and a very bold decision by Grischuk castling kingside. Of course, he could also play a move like queen c2, but he decided to play actively and goes for a pawn sacrifice. Black accepted that pawn sacrifice, and we have it. Bishop takes c3, rook b1, queen d8, rook b3, bishop a5, and e4. By sacrificing a pawn, white managed to get lead in development, and actually this is a very tricky line. Black needs to play accurately, otherwise can find himself in trouble. In here, Vitiugov moved back his bishop on c7, offered the exchange of bishops, but Grischuk rejected. Bishop h4, queen d7, rook d1, and it was in here that Vitiugov made a mistake and went for castling kingside. On the surface this looks like a normal move with which black is bringing his king on a safer square, but this is losing. Instead it was better to play f6. Now if knight e5, then of course in here black can't accept the piece sacrifice and capture on e5, because in this case black's position will collapse quickly, and then white will play rook f3, and after queen g6 can play queen d2, and it's over, guys. White is winning. Black king is in a mating net. Truly a spectacular position, right? That's why after knight e5 black should play queen e7, and if queen h5 check, then g6. If queen h6, then queen f8, though still white has a devastating attack. But this continuation could have been better for black. Instead, after rook d1, we have castling kingside, which is losing on the spot. Here Grischuk played knight e5, queen e8, while if like bishop takes e5, then white has this d takes e5 move, and if queen c7, then can you find the winning move for white? Ready? That move is bishop f6, an absolutely staggering move, and a similar move we will see in our main game. With this move, white is demoralizing black's kingside, and the threat is queen g4 or rook g3. Now if g6, then white has an absolutely fantastic queen h5 move. How do you like this move, guys? White wants to exploit the weaknesses of the dark squares, and if g takes h5, then rook g3, checkmate is coming. Let's take a look at this brilliant queen h5 move once again. What's going on, guys? But let's go back to our main line. After knight e5 in our main game we have queen e8, and there it goes again. We have that brilliant bishop f6 move. This is called Alekhine's block, with which white is restricting the f-pawn. If black could bring into life f5 idea, then black could have solved all the problems, but this bishop f6 move is demoralizing black's kingside and is allowing white to launch an irresistible attack. For those who do not know, the specialized technique of blocking is called Alekhine's block, in honor of Alexander Alekhine, who introduced a similar idea for the first time in a game against Vladimir Ostrovsky. I have already published that game earlier, and In case you missed it, we'll pin the link of that game in the comment section. In here, Vitiugov played bishop d8, but let's take a look what if she takes f6. Then in this case, white can play queen h5 with the idea of rook h3. If bishop takes e5, then rook h3, and black king is getting checkmated. In our game, after bishop f6, we have bishop d8, and another powerful move, bishop takes g7. It turns out that this dark squared bishop is unstoppable and is slicing through black's army. King takes g7 was played, rook g3 check, and after king h8, Grischuk played queen h5, and we have a resignation. The threat is rook h3. If you play a move like rook g8 with the idea of meeting rook h3 with rook g7, then this time knight takes f7 is winning, or after queen h5 if f6, then after the exchange of queens, white can announce a brilliant checkmate. That's why after queen h5, black resigned. Just a brilliant game by Grischuk, which is very rare to see in modern times when so many games are ending in a draw. In the end, as usual, a chess puzzle for you, where the task is to find the mating line for white. It's white to move, and I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.